Okay, so now what we're going to do is look at some possible dimensioning techniques on these views that we've gotten created. Now remember, we started here with this view towards the middle as our base view. So if we click on that, note over here on the left, we can go ahead and import annotation and the design annotations, and you can see that pop up there. So we want those turned on. And that's about it for that. So we could accept that. So now we can come over here. Note I don't have that in this view. So depending on the view, whether you'll get something there or not, and it depends on how it was created. And nothing there either. So we'll go ahead and be done with that. Now some of this stuff we can use in different views, but realize too we can. And remember, try to put your dimensions between the views. But we could actually start from scratch and not have any of that stuff, so really wouldn't make a whole lot of difference. But for instance, we're going to take this out. We'll just click on that and delete it. And let's see some of these other things we might want to delete. Are there anything in there looks like? No, that's pretty much all we need to take out. But now what we'd do then is we'd go to annotation and we'd smart dimension. Now we could, let's just smart dimension. Let's say we want to put the stuff down here on this bottom view. Well, before I do that, I'd like to pull out these center lines a little bit. So I'm just going to click on those and drag them so I can use those. Okay, and I'll click on this one and drag these up. Drag this over. Okay, and I want that this one to go all the way over so that I don't have to say 2 times when I dimension that. So now what I would do is go ahead and dimension, and I might want to dimension from this edge right here to this center, and that's where I was saying that the dimension needs to be changed so that we can get that on the horizontal. So I'm going to go back to Tools, Options, and Document Properties, and on the dimensions we want to make sure that let's see, we'll go back to the linear. We want to make sure that this is set. And I believe it's still going to have to be to this broken with horizontal text. Okay, and that takes care of that for us. Now then, if I wanted to, I could pull this up. And also note when I've set that, it will snap to a certain location. Also, I've got that dimension up, and notice it's a 4 decimal place dimension, so I'll come up here and change the precision on that to 4 decimal places. The only thing I don't like here is it will move that dimension when I accept it. It puts it in there close again, and that's based on the spacing, and I just don't like mine to be that close. So I'll use that. Then let's see, now we might want to we've got the overall dimension here, so we'll leave that like it is. And basically all I'm worried about here is the hole. So I'm going to smart dimension from this line right here to this line right here. And there you can see we've got a 1/4 of an inch. And I need to pick up on this end so that my grip will get located properly. So I'll accept that. Then I'll go from this line to this line. Oh, sorry, I lost my dimension. Smart dimension. And go back up there, and note if you hover there, it'll line those up like they should be. I'll accept that. It is 0.75. So I'm good there. The other thing I need to do to call out these holes, and it doesn't really matter to me which one you do this to, but there's a hole note call out. and I might choose to go right here. And there's all your information you need to know about that hole. So it gives the tap drill size 0.20, depth of 1.2, and then a threaded hole of 1/4 UNC, and then a depth of 0.95. I want to change those precision on that. So note this particular hole is 0.201. You can see it over here on the left. So the tap drill is 0.201, so I'm going to go ahead and make that a 3 decimal place number. Then I'll come back over here to the tolerance and precision. I want the tap drill depth, and that shows up as 1.2, and I'm not seeing it over here. It didn't update, so I don't know why that didn't update. But if we look at that, we can click on that and see that that's 1.198, which if I go one more, it's even closer. But I can get by with this 2 on this one. 1.2 is fine that for design purposes. The thread precision, there's really nothing I can do on that. And the thread depth, though, probably going to leave it at 2 decimal places since this one is. But note, we could, if we went out to 4, you can see that it really only need to be 2. And then that's the other thing I'm going to have to do there is in front of the words out here in the very beginning, I'm going to need to put 2. And anytime you alter the text, it's going to give you this warning. I'll shut that down. Okay, so it's 2, capital letter X, space, and that'll take care of my 2 holes. Okay, oh, and the reason those 2 holes, those holes are actually different. One goes quite deeper than the other, so I really can't go 2 times there, so I'm going to double click that and get that out of there. Okay, it's 201 diameter. Actually, I have to go in there and call out that other hole. Use the hole note call out, and you'll see that this particular hole, even though it's similar, doesn't go as deep. So the tap drill diameter should still be the same, so that's 201. Okay, then the tap drill depth is 0.63. I would imagine that's 625, and you can see there it is. Then we'll look at the thread depth, and we'll go out to 4 decimal places. You can see it's a 1/2 inch, so we'll just take it to 2. So those holes are different. So, and I guess before I do anything else, I probably hit the save button. So that's what I would want for those callouts. Okay, let's see, what else do we need to do here? We've got all kinds of good things to do, but you know, I might want to come over here and locate this hole. Now that hole is just a standard hole, so I guess locate the hole off of some edges maybe. It's kind of important that this hole be located off of this edge, and that it, so that it doesn't create some kind of a problem later on. So note it is 745, so I really need to go 3 decimal places. Otherwise, if they make that 750, it could bind up with the base. So I want that number right there. Okay. I also need to locate that from an edge. So I would go in there and dimension. Oh, I would say I've got to come up here, maybe in dimension from here to here. Okay, and that one is 1.25, so we're okay there. And then the other thing I would need would be the hole note call out. And I might choose to put that right in line with that. The diameter is 0.5156. Holy cow, let's just go out to 5 decimal places and see what that does. Then the depth, that is not showing up, so we'll go to 4 and see what it says. 0.8125, that's good. So we'll just drag this over a little bit just to kind of make it easier to see. Okay, so that's my hole there. Now the other thing I want to check here real quick is I'm going to pick this and I want to show the hidden features, and note that's a flat bottom hole. So what we're going to do there is we're going to say, we'll double click, or we'll click that, and we'll just come out here to the very end, hit enter, and say flat bottom hole. Okay, and we'll accept that. Oh, one other thing we want to do to this while we're there is we want to left justify that text, so it's all on the left side here. We'd want to do the same thing on these two. We want to go in there and left justify this one over here, and then on this one we'd want to right justify it, so that lines that text up a lot better. Okay, of course I'd want to hit save again. So now some of these dimensions you're just going to need to move them out, and again you want to try to get that lined up if you can. And I thought maybe it would snap to it there, and then these two should line up in that view. So, and that radius, that probably we would want to double, or we want to click on that, bring that out to the end and say 2 times. It goes on the other side as well. There's a break there. So that might be best. This dimension really needs to come out of there. We don't like the dimension things in the view itself. So again, I'd probably go ahead and say 2 times on that. Change my precision to probably 3 on that. And then I go back and change this one, my precision on that to be, oops, precision on that to be 3 as well. Okay. So I would keep working in that fashion to get that in. The other thing you might consider is breaking out a view here so you can see what this is going to look like through there. So if I did that, I'm going to go ahead and save all there. And actually what I'm going to do is I'll stop here and I'll make up another video to show that that breakaway, and then well, that'll probably be it for this part.